All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you all for being with us. I'm Fred Dixon, President and CEO of NYC and Company. Thank you for being here as we celebrate and kick off the 30th anniversary of New York City Restaurant Week. We're going to get right to it. It is my pleasure to introduce the 110th Mayor of the City of New York, the Honorable Eric Adams.
Thank you, Fred. Appreciate you. Favorite place here. Many years here. This is not only a historical place and great food, but it has a rich history. It was part of the reviving Brooklyn during a difficult time when you wanted fine dining. You came here. Many of the men and women who used the downtown area to shop would come here and just look at the beautiful ambiance. It tells you why people enjoy this place so much. And it's one of the original voices 30 years ago of the restaurant week. And so happy celebration to see it open again, and great to Gage Tollner as one of the original restaurants and one of the original participants. And when it launched 30 years ago, it was supposed to be a one-shot deal, just to encourage people to come back and get people back in seats. But you see, 30 years later, the excitement is still here. This year, approximately 630 restaurants across all 5 boroughs are participating, spanning 85 neighborhoods with more than 60 different cuisines. And our restaurants and bars, I say it over and over again, they're the heart and soul of the city. Many people focus on 9 to 5, but this city comes alive from 5 to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. And it's more than a place of entertainment and tourism. It's a place that employs countless number of people: dishwashers, waiters, waitresses, bartenders, hosts. It is a major part of our financial ecosystem. Without it, we would probably be just London. But we're not. We're New York. And that is why people come here. They come here because of the excitement and diversity in our food. And NYC and Company, when they go abroad to sell New York, they sell our nightlife industry, Broadway, the restaurants, the theaters, Mickey Mouse on 42nd Street. All of this is part of the uniqueness of our city. And New Yorkers know they don't have to leave somewhere else to get that diversity in food. So it doesn't matter if it's Sylvia's in Harlem, if it's one of our restaurants in downtown Brooklyn, or this great restaurant here. You can find the food and entertainment and ambiance that you look for. But we don't want just visitors to come here and visit the restaurant. We want them to enjoy the food and the experience that you have here with some of our amazing chefs and cooks. That is why NYC and Company, they are launching Savor New York City, a year-long culinary experience across all 5 boroughs. And I'm telling you, I went to a restaurant the other day that had an amazing, they call it the Eric Vegan Corner. They have some great vegan dishes that is really amazing up in the Bronx, where you could get some healthy food. From world famous eateries to immersive cuisines, centric tours, finding a delicious experience in any part of the city is going to be effortless on what NYC and Company has put together. The hospitality industry, it is our lifeblood. So it's the lifeblood of entertainment, food, and interaction. Go to your favorite eatery for so many different reasons. A celebration of a new job, graduation, of a marriage, a divorce. People celebrate so many things, so many different things. But it's inside the restaurant. And you go and do as I do, talk to some of the bartenders, and they'll tell you stories after stories how they are not only bartenders, but they're also psychologists as they help people during a difficult moment in their lives. Pre-pandemic, the industry had a $72 billion annual economic impact. Reviving it is key to our economy. It's a major part of our economy as we continue to revive it. So more people are coming to New York City as we cycle out of COVID. The week of June 25th, showing hotel demand being a milestone at 94% recovery to pre-pandemic levels. That is amazing as we continue to move forward. And Broadway attendance and gross sales earlier this month hit highest levels since Broadway restarted in September 2021. And so Restaurant Week and Savor New York City are so important to our recovery. They're very much a part of that. And we want to make sure everyone is part of our recovery, and every employee that's there, our hourly employees and the owners of these establishments. They went through some tough time. We were creative with the outdoor dining. We were creative by removing the taxes on alcohol for a period of time. We want to continue to be creative in helping the industry recover. So New York City is open for reservations. Make those reservations. Let's enjoy what Restaurant Week has to offer. And I want to thank this beautiful establishment for allowing us to come here. It's a symbol of what we can do as we continue to recover. And thank NYC and Company for great work done. Selling New York, it's a great deal to be here in the city. And we only ask tourists to do one thing, and that's spend money, spend money, spend money. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Well said. I want to also add my thanks to Gage Tollner. The restaurant partner, Sinjin, is with us today. You're going to be hearing from him at the end of the program. This is such an exciting milestone, as the mayor pointed out. New York City is the birthplace of Restaurant Week back in 1992, the very first program of its kind anywhere in the world. And we're proud of its long history and its impact both here and as a concept that now exists in many major cities all across the world as it's been copied. A lot of great names in the New York City culinary industry played a role in the creation of NYC Restaurant Week in '92 during the Democratic National Convention. That's when it originated, including Tim Zagat, Joe Baum, Tracy Neoprin, and Penny Glazier, who are both here with us today. Thank you both. Danny Meyer, of course, it was an instrumental player in the creation of Restaurant Week as well. Danny could not be with us, but I know Marissa Freeman from Union Square is here today on Danny's behalf. In New York City, Restaurant Week is a beloved tradition, as the mayor mentioned, in our city, and it is a boost for the dining industry in the summer and in the winter months. The program is a great way to promote neighborhood exploration and also supports other industries because a Restaurant Week experience is often combined with a night at the theater, a night at the club, a local arts experience, shopping, all types of nightlife and more. It has even served as a model for other standalone Restaurant Week celebrations throughout the boroughs. Now this summer we have approximately 650 restaurants participating in the 30th anniversary, from neighborhood eateries to high-end dining, and 15 of the original 1992 participants are part of this year's program, including Barbetta, Carmine's, Francis Tavern, Gage and Tollner, Gallagher Steakhouse, Sylvia's, Tavern on the Green, Tribeca Grill, Union Square Cafe, and more. It is more important than ever that we do all we can to support and lift up the dining community, and we encourage you to experience restaurants in every borough throughout this 5-week program, which begins today, runs through August 21st. The deals are available Monday through Friday with the option of Sundays. You'll find some establishments with Sunday options. So all in all, it's 30 days of dining discounts. The pricing tiers are $30, $45, and $60 for 2-course lunches and 3-course dinners, depending on the individual restaurant's price points. And as much flexibility is built into the program as possible so that all types of eateries have the opportunity to participate. In celebration of the 30th anniversary, for the first time ever, as part of Restaurant Week, 100 restaurants are also offering $30 bottles of wine available on select participating menus. NYC Restaurant Week's launch today adds to the palpable vibrancy found across our city right now. It's the perfect reason to go and explore. Restaurants, check out that restaurant that's always been on your list. Go explore a new neighborhood in a borough that you haven't visited that often, or expand your palate and try a new cuisine. This is the moment. Participating restaurants can be found on our website at nycgo.com/restaurantweek, where you also can make reservations. Also available there are diners can browse participating restaurants by filters, including location and cuisine, including vegan, Mr. Mayor, as an option, MasterCard rebates, accessibility, type of ownership, and the weeks participating. Collections have also been created to help diners select restaurants by interest, including Restaurant Week Classics, Lunch Break, Summer Vibes, Impress Your Followers, Dress for the Occasion, James Beard Honorees, Wine Spectator winners, and lastly, Make It a Stella, a collection for Stella Artois, the official beer sponsor of NYC Restaurant Week Summer 2022. In addition to Stella Artois, we have many partners in brands that make New York City Restaurant Week possible each summer and winter, and some of them are in the room with us today. I want to give a special thank you to the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment for their support of this program, which helps to offset participation fees for the restaurants. Lori Barrett-Peterson is here, acting co-commissioner, so thank you, Lori, for your support and that of your team. Thank you also to the members of NYC and Company's Culinary Committee, which is co-chaired by Terness Woods Black of Sylvia's, and chef and restaurateur David Burke for all of their work and dedication towards Restaurant Week, and you'll hear from them in just a moment. A huge thank you to MasterCard as our premier sponsor and the preferred payment partner of NYC Restaurant Week. I know Yina Bravo of MasterCard is here in the room. Yina, thank you to you and your colleagues for all of your support. Diners should know that if you register at dinewithmc.com, you'll receive $10 back on New York City Restaurant Week meals of $45 or more for up to 3 transactions for a total of $30, and that is available through July 31st. I'd also like to thank a few of our other partners who have helped get the word out about New York City Restaurant Week. Andrew Ridgie, Andrew, I know, is here, Executive Director of the New York City Hospitality Alliance. Jeff Garcia and Denise Rossi from the Latin Restaurant and Bar Association have helped us spread the word and recruit restaurants into the program, so we want to thank all of them. We're also pleased to have Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce President and CEO Randy Pierce here today. Randy, thank you for your support and engagement. You've been an integral part of our work here in Brooklyn. And of course, Regina Meyer from the Downtown Brooklyn Partnership, our dear friend and board member. Regina, thank you for your support. As Mayor Adams shared, the promotion of New York City's culinary scene does not end after just 30 days of Restaurant Week. Today, we launch Savor NYC, a year-long celebration of culinary across all 5 boroughs. This year-long campaign will highlight every type of cuisine and dining experience across cultures and neighborhoods, from street carts to new and established restaurants, accessible cuisine, sustainable cuisines, culinary events, and more across the 5 boroughs that make New York City the most celebrated dining destination in the world. Content for Savor NYC is available on our website at nycgo.com/SavorNYC. And another exciting announcement to share with you today in honor of this special milestone anniversary. We have partnered with the Food Education Fund and made a donation in honor of Restaurant Week and the participants to the organization to support local students in their pursuit of careers in restaurants and hospitality. Through the experiential learning in culinary arts, hospitality, and entrepreneurship, the Food Education Fund prepares and empowers students to continue their education and cultivate sustainable careers. The goal of these programs is to expose students to a broad range of opportunities and to help them develop a vision for their future with skills, confidence, and connections to achieve their vision. The organization works closely with the Food and Finance High School, but also runs programming for 13 other culinary-focused high schools throughout the city and internship programs, visiting chef programs, and more. I want to thank Nan Shipley, Sean Feeney, and Kat Traveras from the organization who are here today with us, and Food Education Fund student Natalie Balaban. Natalie, are you in the back? There she is, Natalie. We're delighted to have you here. Natalie is working on the Food Education Fund's annual fundraiser in September and is going to be working with Gage Tollner's executive pastry chef, Caroline Schiff, to create a special dessert. So it's exciting that she's able to be here with us today, and we're honored to make a donation to this great organization on behalf of Restaurant Week's anniversary. In closing, I'd like to remind you all, book your reservations now and book often. They do sell out. And to get local throughout our city, as the mayor said, we have 5 boroughs full of culture, nightlife experiences, and remarkable dining to explore. So don't miss an opportunity. NYC Restaurant Week will, of course, return in the winter as part of our NYC Winter Outing program, which also includes NYC Broadway Week, NYC Must See Week, and NYC Hotel Week. Details will be released on those programs in the coming months. Thank you all again for being here. We look forward to our continued partnership as always. Now it is my honor to introduce the co-chairs of NYC and Company's Culinary Committee, Terness Woods Black, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Sylvia's, Inc., and David Burke, Chef and Restaurateur.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is hard to believe that Restaurant Week is 30 years old. It has always been a very big tradition in my family. I can remember my mom and I going through the list and figuring out where we were going to go. So to see that we are 30 years into it, nothing has changed. It's the yummiest time of year. I mean, we literally have restaurants that represent every culture imaginable. Even in the house today, I know that we have some of my friends from Arthur Avenue are in the house, and I think London Lenny's from Queens is in the building. So we encourage everyone. This is something that we can all take pride in. This is something that you should gather your family and your friends and say, hey, you know what? Let's get a trip going, a yummy trip where you can taste every place on the planet without leaving New York City. That's what it's about. And Sylvia's, we're very excited to be a part of it again this year as we're celebrating our 60th and our 30th. And I'm going to turn it over to my delicious co-chair, David, who works so hard. David.
Good to see you. All right, well said. Yes, good afternoon. So 30 years ago, it was 1992, and the price was $19.92. There was something called Restaurant Day, where we sat on the corners of the restaurants with lemonade stands and actually handed out sandwiches for $3 or $4 or $5 for the first day. And all the chefs in New York City were like, this is crazy. And here we are 30 years later, still doing it. Anything that lasts 30 years, especially in New York City, is worth a fight. And we're at Gage Tollner, which has been around for more than 100 some odd years. And if you haven't been, and I haven't been in a while, it's beautiful. So please help support the restaurant industry. We've been through a lot of stuff in the last couple of years. Like the mayor said, you're supporting dishwashers, waiters, cooks, chefs. Not only is the food the best in the world, and I've worked in several countries and traveled to many more, you have the best French restaurants, the best Italian restaurants, the best Asian restaurants, vegan restaurants, sushi restaurants, Latino restaurants, and American restaurants. And I have an American restaurant on the Upper East Side where all the boroughs are covered. It's great. So come into the city, grab a hotel, grab a show, and make a couple days out of it. New York City is still the best. And the food, not only is it the food, when you go to a restaurant in New York, like walking into Gage Tollner today, you look at the design and you look at the history and the brownstone and some of the different neighborhoods in New York, and you get excitement, right? We have the best service. You have the best designers building restaurants in New York. And you have the energy of the wait staff. Some of them are very good actors, the waiters too. So you get a little bit of a show, and you get the excitement of the energy in New York and the most creative and or authentic cuisine. And I think I covered all these without looking at my notes. And you got $30 for 2 courses for lunch, which is a deal. And the $30 wine price is a great idea too. So for 2 people or 4 people, get together, break some bread, put your cell phone down, go out to lunch or dinner, have a good time, grab a show, and support us. And like I said, New York is not on its knees. Its strength is back. So, and the Gage Tollner, I want to now invite the owner out and introduce you to Sinjin Frizzell, who's done a fabulous job renovating and bringing us back to life. So, Sinjin.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First off, I want to thank all the servers and dishwashers and cooks and bartenders who showed up to work this event today. It's a little early for them to get to work on a Monday morning, so thank you to them. And on their behalf, I'd like to welcome you to Gage Tollner. This restaurant, as many of you know, originally opened in 1879. So it's seen a lot. It's been through 2 world wars, 2 global pandemics, prohibition, the Great Depression, the Great Recession, not to mention other hardships like the cabaret law enforcement policies of the 1990s, things like that. So it's great today to have a mayor and a mayor's office who understand the contributions that restaurants make to the cultural life of this city. Hearing your words this morning, Mr. Mayor, I can feel the love. Thank you so much. This is another great day in the history of Gage Tollner. It's a great honor to represent the restaurants of New York City here today. It's an honor that we couldn't have imagined even 4 years ago here. And to have you all here is just so, so wonderful. So without further ado, I want to welcome you to the reception that we have downstairs. There's a little bit of food and drink down there, a little taste of what we do here on a nightly basis. And I hope it's enough for you all to pick up your phones and try to make reservations as soon as you're done. So thank you again all for coming. It's an honor to have you here, and happy Restaurant Week.